Hello everybody, this is Chillbilly and I'm playing Farming Simulator 25 today. I wanted to check out whether or not I could start a farm and it be run on greenhouses solely, then upgrading of course to animals and so on and so forth. And I've got this set as normal currently. I haven't put it on hard or anything like that, but I did want to just kind of try this out. I'm using a couple of different mods. One is to be able to pick up pallets, and then another one is to, well, I forget what the other one's for, but it's just two mods, so no big deal there. Uh, not really sure how to go about doing this exactly because I haven't played Farming Simulator in a long time. So I do want to try to have something that's going to be nearby uh, some water. And this is one of the things that I looked at buying. I'm starting out with 500,000. It's a starting out from scratch, and I'm just gonna see what this land looks like. So looks like it's pretty flat. May have water access in the back. I just want to see how deep it is because I want to be able to run a truck back here with a water tank, and I'm not sure if I'll get stuck in this or not. I would think that it'd be able to fill from the creek, but I'm not really sure. And I know that I certainly don't want to put down a water access at my farm because that's going to cost me money, and I don't want that. There's a barge. Look at the barge. Cool. Seems like a small river to be pushing a barge down, but to each their own. Not judging. Just saying. So yeah, there's a creek here. Not really sure if I can fill from a creek, but I am sure that I can fill from the river. And this is pretty flat throughout here. I'm not gonna be able to, I'm not gonna need to harvest any of this, and that's one of the things I wanted to make sure I didn't do. And yeah, I can throw down a greenhouse here and probably get started. So looking from this angle, uh, pretty pretty flat area, I'd say. I still need to buy it. I don't think I actually did buy it, so let's go and buy it. So we're going to go ahead and buy that. That's $67,824, and that's going to get us started anyway. And then we're going to go back and we're going to do construction, and I'm pretty sure it's under construct, but no. Animals pay perhaps. I know that the chickens are under there. Maybe it's under this one, I think. Yeah, greenhouses. Okay. So we want a greenhouse that's going to give us pretty good fruit. Um, and we can check to see what's selling for good prices and what's selling for um, better prices. And of course, I could just sow the field, plant whatever, put it in the silos, but that's not really what I want to do here. I just want to create greenhouse area. This is a two thing. That's a pretty big greenhouse. And we should be able to, yeah, there's a water tank here on the back side. So let's do this. Let's put it right back in here. Water tank being on the back end. There's a mod I want to get that you can add roads to things, but see, and then there's that. Okay, so we have the loading area, which will be on this left side uh, of the tank and everything. And if we did another one, we don't necessarily want to do it like this because then we'd have to run the forklift in there, and of course that's not a big deal because we have the mod where we can actually lift the pallets and everything. So uh, possibly put another one right here. I do want to spread it out a little bit though, so we could put another one down here that brings us to 358. Two of them should be plenty. I'm sure that the tank is going to fill up nicely there. So next thing we want to do is we're going to go and buy a. First we're going to go over and take a look. So yeah, pretty good. Of course we do have some crop right here. I'm not really worried about that though. And then that little drop off there kind of scares me because maybe we'll get stuck right there. Well, maybe not. If we used a loader to do that, I'm sure it would be a pain. Getting up this is going to be a pain, so we may have to do a little bit of terraforming here to ramp this off. But let's not worry about that right now. I'm pretty sure that we could probably get a truck through here, and we're only talking about a small water tank. We're not talking about one of those big ones. So perhaps we could do it like this. I may have bought this up already, but we'll make do. We'll make do with what we got. All right, so we have a greenhouse, and these are things we can grow. So what I was pretty popular in my first save was I did chili peppers, garlic, and then I did tomatoes. And something I know about tomatoes, I think tomatoes require a ton of water. So maybe stick with that though. Chili peppers, garlic, and tomatoes. And we get 1,056 per month cycles on that. 568 528 per month on the chili peppers, and then we get 720 on the garlics. Let's see what else we got. We got lettuce. That gives us 1,000. Strawberries. So we could do actually tomatoes and lettuce, and then garlic. Garlic is going to give us that 720. So we could do that. Possibly. I think we should go with the lettuce, the tomatoes, and the garlic. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and activate those. I know that I don't have the water in them yet. We're going to do that. Okay. They're wilted because we don't have water. That's okay. Oh, wrong side. Open this side up. Go over here. Open this guy up. And then we're going to do the same thing here. So garlic, lettuce, tomatoes. Alright. Now, next thing we need to buy is a truck. See, I'm not used to this new menu, so I'm kind of. Oh, you know what? I'm in the wrong menu. Here, okay. All right, so we could get a big truck, um, and that would knock out our need for trailer and all that stuff. We could get a truck like this, or we can go over here and buy one of these trucks, which is not great, but it's not awful either. Um, But with this, does this have a fifth wheel on it? And I don't think it does it? It does not. It's just a flatbed truck, but it does have a hitch. It's a heavy truck, so that would be good. And we could load pallets on. Now, question though, does this open? Do the sides open on it? I don't believe they do. I think that it's just a flatbed truck. So that may not work for us. Brand new to the game though, and I'm kind of liking it. There's a cab over, $45,000 for a cab over truck. It's got a very long wheelbase on it, and we could buy the water tank with that, and might not run into an issue. Take the sleeper off of it, put the day cab on there. Short tandem, or we can go with a long wheelbase. Probably go with a short. Short will make it cheaper. We don't need the sun shield on it. And we don't need a horn, because we're not going to play with anybody else right now. Don't really need the lights either, so that makes it cheaper. And it's a strict 45,000 bucks. We of course need to make it black. We don't want to look like BJ and the Bear. It looks like we don't really have a choice though, do we? Oh goodness. Oh goodness. you know, I guess we're just kind of SOL on that one. So, no big deal. I think that this will work though. 45 grand, it gives us a truck. Um, and then if we buy the truck, of course, if we go back, buy the truck, of course we can buy a trailer to go with that, and there are other trailers available as well. I don't know. That's hard to say. I could lease it, but I want to buy it outright. Don't want to owe anything on it. I'm not really sure if I want to do that or not. Let's take a look at the trailers, shall we? So with the trailers, we have water option. Well, that's not what we want to do. So we have the drop deck trailer that we could load things onto if we needed to, but we're going to put a sell point down. So that's not going to be necessary for us to haul it too far. But we need something that can do water. So that's important. Okay, so let's go down to, where was it? I think it's down here, barrels. Okay, so we could go with a $25,000 dollar. How much does that hold? That's 8,000 liters versus the 6,000 that we had before. So it's 25,000, or we can bump up to 32,000 liters. But are we going to be able to fill that? See, that's what I'm unsure about. I'm not sure if we can actually fill that with. Uh, it's going to be super heavy. It does have 3 wheels though. I'm willing to take a shot on it. You know what? Let's do it. Let's customize and see what we have to do. It's nothing really okay. So that's 90,000. Okay. It's 5.7 tons, so we're gonna need a truck that can pull 5.7 tons, and plus the water. Of course, it's gonna add weight to it as well. Um, this is an 8-ton truck. Um, I think it's gonna be good enough. Pretty sure it's gonna be good enough to do all that we need. Um, I don't think we need the long wheelbase on it though. We're definitely going to take the day cab. We're going to get rid of the sun shield. We don't need the horn. And we want to do the short wheelbase on it. It's 400 horsepower. Uh, I don't think it's going to have any issues. So we're going to go ahead and buy that too. Now we don't have a loan or anything like that. Let's tap over the truck. So we've got the truck. Start stop mods or anything like that turned on. Really just want to see if it's profitable. Water. So, where was our field? So we own 28. We need to take a left out of here to ferry, or we can take the highway. Don't think that we're going to want to take this over ferry. So let's go ahead and take the highway. Oh, save with content. Seems to be towing the engine truck. Alright. So we'll take this trailer up to take a right, and then it's going to be the second right, and that's going to take us all the way there. So, sweet. I have a friend that still plays Farming Simulator. He does YouTube, he does Twitch stream. His name is the And he's a good YouTuber. I'm not a YouTuber anymore. I'm doing this just solely because I just felt like it. So here's the right turn that we need to make, and we're gonna head down this road right here. But he has worked on his YouTube channel for many years now, and I still watch his videos from time to time. And he's an impressive guy. He's a very impressive guy. There's a body of water back there. Hold on a second. Let's see what we can do with that. I don't want to mess up this guy's field back here. Give me 40 acres and I'll turn this rig around. Alright, so we may be able to back this trailer in there and fill this from right there. We might be able to do that. I'm not sure. Nah, you would pass too, wouldn't you? Let's see what we can do. No, I have the ultra widescreen monitor, and it may be hard for you to see some of the things I'm doing on here. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out on YouTube. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. So far, the off-road ability on this is pretty good. We're going to need to probably back in between that tree and that rock. But I'm curious as to whether or not we're going to get stuck. No big deal, this is just a test run. We'll stay through there. May even need to chop down a tree. Get a fuel station. Maybe back past that tree. This is yes, maybe we'll go through there. Very easy. Minor adjustments here. Just want to get over that rock. Have to do a pull up here. Yeah, we're definitely going to do a pull up. So we're going to pull up a little bit into the right. We're going to pull out completely. Alright, perfect. Now we'll just come on back with it. I'm buying a farm. A real farm. I didn't know if anybody'd be interested in that, but I am buying a real, honest to goodness farm. Oh goodness. Okay. So evidently the e-brake doesn't work. Can we put on a parking brake? Let's see. Settings, controls. Parking brake, perhaps? Parking brake, parking brake. Parking brake. Vehicle. I don't see parking brake anywhere. Anyway, if anybody knows parking brake, tell me about it. Let's see what we can do here. Is this going to suck us into the pond? That's the ultimate question. Now, this is free water. We're sucking this, we're drafting this up out of some poor guy's pond. And the truck seems to be kind of rolling back. Is it? Maybe not. It is getting heavier though. It is rolling back. Okay. So we're gonna... Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. We're gonna pull out of it already. You know what? We probably should have gone with the long wheelbase. Note to self. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. You can do it. Come on, Big Cake. You can do this. I have messed up, guys. I have messed up. Goodness gracious. Alright, doesn't matter if the steers are touching the ground. Oh, we should have gotten the long wheelbase. Why didn't we get the long wheelbase? Alright, okay, alright. We're gonna do this. This is okay. You know what? We're gonna go this way. Come on, Bessie, you can do this. Come on, throw it in overdrive. We got it. We got it. We got it. We don't have it. We got it. Come on. Do this. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. You can get up out of that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We're out. We're out. Yeah. All right. Look at that. A little bit of perseverance. Good to go. We're going to get stuck on the dirt. The wheels aren't even touching the ground. No, this was a tagless situation. So we're stuck again. Alright. Back it up. Okay, now though. We can get in on the road. Just minor adjustments. Minor adjustments. Come straight back with it. Go over the rock. Alright, turn. There we go. Alright, now we're on the road. And we're going to turn out of here. So we have 32,000 liters of water headed to our greenhouse. That's going to give us plenty of water. And now let's just see if we can get close enough to the backsides of our greenhouses. This, in hindsight, probably should have put it to where the water was on the road. That way we could just pull up onto the road and do it. But, you know, we're learning lessons. We're learning lessons here. So perhaps, if we do this right, you know what? I've got a better idea. Let's do this. Let's back our trailer up. Just gonna jackknife turn it real fast. This truck has barely got the power. It's not gonna jackknife, which is 3 tires. Alright, so this truck has barely got enough power to pull this 32,000 gallon tank. So we may use a lot of diesel fuel doing this, but that's okay. Because again, this is just a test. Let's see if this will work. And so far it's very slow, but it is a lot better than paying $1,000 fuel. So there's that. This really needs an engine upgrade. That or a bigger truck, but cab over's the way to go. I'm just gonna back this bad boy right up in here. Okay, we already triggered the water on that one, so we can go on back. Okay, let's go ahead and cut it in. Maybe let's go all the way. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna give this bad boy about half. So we're gonna come down to about 15, maybe 16,000. 16,000, give or take. Right? So, pull out. We're out. The truck is doing a lot better now that there's not as much water in there. And we're going to dump that water in there as well. Okay, so we're dumping that water. Let's go ahead and think about what are we going to do with the stuff, right? Well, we want to buy. Go to construction. I'm going to go to sell points, which is under. There it goes. Sell points here. There is a $10,000 deal we're gonna put it by the road. Perhaps. Really and truthfully, let me see if can we move these. We cannot move them. Okay, so we're gonna put the cell point probably over here, out of the way, because we may want to put in extra greenhouses. Of course, we're going to turn them the other way because we want the water points to be near the road. And then later on, we could probably talk about selling that. So we could put it in the middle here, maybe. No, put it right. No, let's do it over here. So we'll put that down right there. That's a $10,000 purchase. Look at our water. So let's pull out here and see. Actually, you know what? I'm going to check to see if we can access the water from here. Because that would be a lot easier if we could just access it from the river and not run into the issue of Alright, so that is probably not doable. Oh, we hit the stop sign. We did hit the stop sign. Alright, so river access is a no-go. Looks like a cliff, maybe. Wait a minute, we may have an option over here. We could pull down into that field, back up to the rocks, and perhaps fill from there. What do you guys think? Is it gonna work? Let's try from the river first. I don't think we can. Alright, let's back it up onto that bedrock there. See if that's going to be doable. If it is, I mean, we only have to do this a handful of times to be profitable. So. Oh, we hit a rock. Turn it in there. Turn it in there. Pull back straight. Right over the rocks. Don't go too far. Just in that water. This is all to save about, I don't know, probably, see this is 32,000 tons, so 6 into 32, so this is about 5,000 load. This is not, this is, this is, this one, we're gonna have to find another place to load. It's not letting me go back far enough. So we could go back to the pond. Can't fill in the creek, so that's out. Maybe there's a water location that we don't have to pay for. There may be a water tower there. Is there a water tower? There's a water tower. Definitely a water tower there. So we could possibly go next to that water tower. But I'm thinking that's probably going to cost us money to use city water. I'm probably not going to like that too. So let's go back to the pond. And we'll see if there's not a way that we can pull water, grab water from that pond without getting stuck this bit of an open spot. A little bit of jitteriness here. Knock down a tree, no problem. Alright. Let's get over here. This is not as bad. I don't think so. Maybe if we work the right way, we can probably get it close enough. Don't want to be like right at. There we go. We can refill it there. Taking a. That's gonna pull us over. Really interested to see where the water pump is on this thing and how we're pumping water into this tank. But that's, realism, I get it. Deal. They did work on the reflections. It seems like the reflections seem a lot better. Well, maybe not. There's a field behind us. Clearly the reflections are just one big set there. Okay, so we've got the water. And we can actually pull to the back side of our farm and come up. So we could just do that. So let's drive straight through here. Let's do it up the hill. We're going to go loop the hill. Use the hill to carry our water down. We're going to have to use the bridge to cross. It does look like there's a crop ditch right there. So let's get down. Just tearing up this poor guy's field. I'm not really worried about that because I don't know. Alright, here we go. So we're back on the main road. Not the main road, we're on the little service road for the silo. Should be able to pull up in here. Possibly. Straight into our farm. And then we're going to back up again. Probably should have thought about this beforehand. But it's interesting. Okay, so we're going to go straight back. At lightning speed. We're going to go straight back. Into our greenhouses. Fill the first one first, and then we're going to do the second one afterward. Doing another 16,000 water for each one, so 16,000, and then we'll top it off on the other one. So here we go. Backing straight in here. Just going to let it flow with it. Oh my goodness, we're going to turn over. Oh my goodness, we're going to turn over. There we go. Let's back in there. Here we go. Loading it down again. Going down to 16K or close to it. Doesn't have to be perfect. 16K. 7, 6. Oh, look at that. 16,014. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Nope. Alright, here we go. We can fill up the rest. Just going to go ahead and pop that pop out. And let's go inside to check out what we got. How much time that we're talking here. So we got about 20, well, 30,000 almost. Let's see, 32,000. So that's about right. 32,000 liters of water. Okay, pretty much perfect. These are going to run for a little while. Our first cycle is actually in one day, I think. So one more day, it'll be a first cycle. Alright, fair enough. Let's go over here, check out this one. Doing the same thing. And that's got about 31,000 liters of water, give or take. It's going to take 28,000 liters of water. Sorry, going to take about, that's how much it maxes out at. I apologize. So we should be getting pretty good with the garlic, pretty good with the lettuce, and pretty good with the tomatoes. And perfect. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll hand drag those pallets up to this point, and this point is where we're going to sell it here. And I plan to do this on my farm as well. So when we're actually buying a farm, as soon as possible, actually. And we're going to put greenhouses on it as well. So that's what kind of made me interested in testing it out in the game, obviously. But this is what we want to do. We're going to take a trailer that we have. We actually already have an old Sea-Doo trailer, and we're going to rig it out and put together a little farmhouse type deal and sell our produce. We're also going to have some goats, a lot of chickens, um, and maybe even do a couple of hogs. The hog fertilizer, of course, chicken fertilizer will be good for the greenhouses as well, and it's all going to kind of work together. The rainwater collection is what really interests me as well. Is that we're going to do rainwater collection to irrigate um, our grow beds. So looking forward to that. All right, so I guess what we can do, since we already have our water and we already have uh, everything else, we can probably just go ahead and speed the time up now. Again, just want to see if this is doable, and let's just say, for example, it is doable. We may even be able to do an entire series on this. Maybe, I don't know. Might be able to. I know it's been a couple of years since I've done a YouTube video, and I know that a lot of people probably expect a lot of my older self in the videos that I produced years ago. A lot of the tutorials and things that I used to do, I might do some tutorials here and there. Um, I'm not really expecting a giant comeback, so like this is just for me, to kind of vent out some frustration and things that I've been overtaking uh, for the last couple of years. Had I'm sure that you guys probably remember the vulgar game trailers. This is probably the first I've talked about it in a while. Um, but the vulgar game trailers, there was a guy that did the black guy joke approval. Um, his name was Ian Wright, and he was a really good friend of mine. But back in 2022, he died unexpectedly. Had some cardiac issues, and it killed him. And yeah, this is actually the first that I've talked about it on a public forum to where somebody could hear it, and it ripped a hole in my heart. And I was thinking about him this week actually, and I got in touch with his wife and checked on his wife after not speaking to her for a few years, and I thought about YouTube and how much fun we had with the jokes we came up with. A lot of those jokes that I told in those on those vulgar game trailers. Of course, they're all privatized now. Um, a lot of those jokes that I told, I ran by him first. Or that, or he'd help me come up with jokes sometimes for different things. Like I couldn't get things to work, and he was a good resource to bounce things off of. And it just broke my heart when he left us. And it's been tough. It's been tough. Coping with a loss like that, I started to drink a lot. Uh, And I started turning away a lot of my friends and things, and I I realized that life is so short, and it takes keeping your mind occupied to get through things. So here we are. Sorry for the waxing of the rhapsody, or waxing rhapsodic, but I felt it needed to be said. That's why I've been away from YouTube. So we should be able to pick these pallets up, maybe. Oh, there we go. Now we're dragging them. Okay, so we should be able to pick up this entire pallet, this super realistic mod, and we're able to sell it. So that is one pallet. There's 3,286 on that. So we're going to pick up another one. And these are tomatoes. That's 1,200, sorry, 1,622. I'm going to do that. This is our garlic. $1,488 worth of stuff. So lettuce is probably, and the prices may go up and down also, and that's probably why we made so much on that. So we're going to take the lettuce again, and the lettuce is $3,285. Pick up this one, our tomatoes. And that's 1,621. Very nice. About the same, I think, right? We didn't fertilize, we didn't do any of that stuff either. So, here we go. This is our garlic. And we're going to drop the garlic off up here. And that's $1,488. So, ultimately, and if we go here, we can actually go to our finances. And then we sold products for $12,793 with an initial investment of $287,000. Our water did not cost us anything, so let's ignore the the construction costs we definitely need to, but the land purchase, we can ignore that, right? Our new vehicles, that's something we had to have for convenience, but also we needed a strong enough truck, no bank loans or anything like that. We had a little bit of property maintenance in there, and then -$8 for production costs. So let's see, $8 plus what is that? $13. $13 and free water. We got $12,793. So we were definitely in profit. So what we can do is we can actually see how much water we're going to actually get out of all of that. And for the sake of me not having to edit this video at all, our lettuce was the most profitable out of everything. Tomatoes, of course, kind of came in third. Garlic came in second, I want to say. Lettuce was definitely our top one. That could have to do with prices, of course. So if we were to go down to, let's just say lechuga, it's very high up there, right? If we go down to our tomatoes, on the other hand, it's kind of high. Well, it's kind of on the low side. So actually, let's go back to lettuce. Did I look at the right thing? I don't think I did. So, yeah, it's actually interesting. Okay, so at our small farmers kiosk, we actually sold it for 27.37. Okay. Theoretically, we could just buy it from the warehouse and sell it at our kiosk for, $200 profit each time, but I'm not going to do that. All right, so tomatoes. Tomatoes we sold at our farmer's kiosk for 13.50. 13.49 is the price. Good enough. Okay, that could go up to 16.94. It's all in profit. All of that is in profit. And then of course we had the garlic. And the garlic's on the low side here, but still we profited from that. Um, we could maintain just lettuce and make enough to continue that on. Now, I did wonder something. We're here. There's no way to add. So we only used 6,000 liters of water for that run. So it's about 6,000 liters of water per month uh, on that front. So let's do this. We're going to deactivate the garlic, deactivate the tomatoes, and we're just going to go with straight lettuce. And if there ever is a next time that I do another video, um, we'll pick up where we left off. Appreciate everybody watching. Um, it was fun putting this together. It's going to be a straight upload. I'm not going to fool with editing and all that stuff. If it's crappy format, it's a crappy format. I hate it for everybody, but I appreciate you sticking around. And hopefully in the future I can work up the courage to do some more of these. Thank you guys for watching. It's been Chill Billy. I'll see you later.